Today we're going to be starting our bookmark using plastic canvas and some weaving. So you have already completed your plan. You have decided on a color family. You can pick between warm, cool, primary, secondary, or neutral. I chose cool colors. And I also decided to do a little extra green. So I did green, blue, green, purple, green, blue, green, and I will continue that pattern all the way across. So now I'm ready to start weaving. The first thing I'm going to do is cut a piece of yarn that is 18 inches long. So this ruler here is 18 inches long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one end of the yarn at one end of the ruler, and then I'm going to cut at the other end of the ruler. So I'm only going to be cutting once to cut this string. So you start with one end and then you cut. Now I am ready to start weaving. We're going to take our needle and we're going to use the fold, pinch, and wiggle method to get this yarn into the needle. With the needle, these are blunt needles, so it's not sharp, it's rounded at the tip. And then this is the eye of the needle, and that is the opening that you want to use to put the yarn in. So we're going to fold it over the tip, and I'm going to hold it really tight so it's nice and flat. Eye of the needle right over that, and as I kind of wiggle it through, I'm going to release my fingers and you'll get a loop. And we're just going to pull it down a little bit. When we do this weaving, we're only going to be using one layer of yarn. So these holes are pretty small, but when we weave, we go under and then I start over. So I have to go up and down. The first couple of times when you do this, the yarn will still move on you, but once you get a few more in, it will stay. So I'm coming up from the back and I'm going down through the front. It's important to note that if my yarn is on the top, my needle has to go down from the top. Now that my extra yarn is underneath, I have to come up from below. And I just keep doing this all the way up the row. Now that I have finished my first row, I'm going to just flip this over and I'm going to come back making sure that I do the opposite. Okay, again, folding the tip over the needle, holding it very flat, and then I wiggle that part onto the needle, releasing my fingers at the same time to pull it through. Here, I am going under. I'm going to go over this one and under the next. So now as I go back through, the weaving will be opposite. So if you look at that, you can see that if it was over here, it is under on the next row. And I will just continue this to finish this row. Now that I have completed one row up and one row down using the same color, I have two ends at the bottom here. The last thing we're going to do to finish this up is we're going to tie this into a knot. So you're going to take your two ends, and what I like to do is make like the number 4, and then you take this end that is on the side and you put it through that hole and then you pull it tight. And it's just like when you start to tie your shoes, except we want to do it twice so that we're making a knot. So now I'm going to use the other one to make the 4. And then this part goes underneath and through the loop. And I pull it tight. And those will just, you can decide once we're finished weaving if you like those to hang or if you want to trim them a little bit so it's shorter. And now I'm going to continue with my pattern to complete this whole weaving.